My name is Andrew. I am a finance major, and my job was to find an investment opportunity to enter the Chinese market.
Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm an accounting major, and my job was to research the product features.
Hi, my name is Zach. My job was selecting the target consumers and competitors.
Hello, my name is Johnson. My role was to research marketing strategies to enter the market in China.
Hi, my name is Henley. My major is finance, and my role was financing plan.
All right, so you know a little bit about us. Now I'm gonna give you some insight about how we approach the project and how we approach, picking a product. So we know as China since entering the global economy since 2000, China has been one of the fastest growing countries in the world. So with that in mind, I had to decide, okay, am I going to create a product that will not only match China's rapid growth, or I can pick a product that already has a global presence around the world and already has foot in the door in China. So this kind of narrowed it down to the iPhone. So because Apple was a multinational corporation, we wanted to use that as an advantage for our business proposal. So I had to think, okay, if I'm going to use the iPhone, I'm going to have to use it to not only try to enter the market, but steal it from other competitors like Huawei, and try to enter the market with lower prices and better product features and benefits. And to tell you a little more about the product benefits and features, I'm going to pass it to Kevin.
So Apple has just come out with the best product when it comes to high-end smartphones with the iPhone 11 Pro. iPhones have the latest innovation out right now. On the back of the iPhone 11 Pro can be found 3 cameras. Why? Because the more light you collect, the better your picture can be. We've pretty much reached the limit with what one camera can do. So now 2, 3, even a dozen cameras can be put to work, creating a single photo. With these 3 cameras, you have incredible creative control that no other phone can give you. The only limitation is the code that makes them work. Apple has the best software, which makes it the easiest to use, and Apple has remained the most user-friendly smartphones on the market. Now, when I'm talking about code, Apple also has the best software and hardware integration. There are things only the iPhone can do that no other smartphone has right now, with features such as Siri, the fastest touch ID recognition, which uses fingerprint sensing technology, and now Face ID, which is facial recognition. Apple is favored by developers as the launch platform of choice for the hottest new apps, meaning that highly anticipated apps will be optimized and available on the App Store before any other platform. A couple other features of the iPhone would be Apple Pay, which is the most popular method for mobile payments. On top of that, many phones come with bloatware, which is carrier software preloaded onto phones that just take up space. You won't find a single piece of carrier software with an iPhone, making it a clean, out-of-the-box experience. And I'm gonna hand it off to Zach to discuss the target market.
Yes, the target market, we're selecting the target, the consumers and competitors of the iPhone. We want to target rural areas over urban areas. China is the most populous country in the world and is an emerging market economy, as Andrew said. Over half the users are young adults aged between 18 and 34 years old. Smartphone projected users. China's GNI has grown from a low-income country in 1999 to a low-income economy to an actual middle economy in 2019. So the last 20 years, there's been a huge growth. The projected users, as of 2019, China has over 788 million people using mobile devices, and 98% of the country's total user base. So the top competitors are Huawei, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo. They are the biggest smartphone brands around in the world, and are competing against Samsung. Has only 1% of the market, and it sells. So, why are Chinese brands doing well? The product quality is getting much better, and Huawei is producing some of the best smartphones, and Oppo and Xiaomi are also producing quality ones as well. The Chinese markets and consumers want a cheaper phone or product. Less developed countries such as China or India can't always afford higher end products. While Apple and Samsung are doing well at the high end of the market, mostly in developed nations, it's inevitable that Huawei, Oppo, and others will target this demographic. As China gets even wealthier, these companies will also be going to be targeting an ever-increasing number of wealthy domestic customers. So the top competitors are Huawei, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo. They are the biggest smartphone brands around in the world, and are competing against Samsung. Has only 1% of the market, and it sells. So, why are Chinese brands doing well? The product quality is getting much better, and Huawei is producing some of the best smartphones, and Oppo and Xiaomi are also producing quality ones as well. The Chinese markets and consumers want a cheaper phone or product. Less developed countries such as China or India can't always afford higher end products. While Apple and Samsung are doing well at the high end of the market, mostly in developed nations, it's inevitable that Huawei, Oppo, and others will target this demographic. As China gets even wealthier, these companies will also be going to be targeting an ever-increasing number of wealthy domestic customers. However, Apple has recently offered a cheaper iPhone XR. So the competitors' phone specs. Most of our competitors run on the Android operating system. Android phones are getting better in performance, but Apple still has the best processing chips. The average citizen in China makes about 20% of what Americans make. So the Chinese consumers pay $50 to $100 for a Huawei, Oppo, or Vivo phone. So that's the biggest hurdle. Political instability and risks, economic risks. There's the ongoing trade war with China, which is impacting the market. Due to the trade war, Apple products cost more in China due to a higher tax. They average around $1,200 to $1,300. The trade war, Apple is also facing broader issues in China related to the trade war with the US. Tariffs continue to hang over Apple, and the majority of iPhone assembly takes place in China. Apple's iPhone was bracing for a 10% tariff starting September 1st of this year, but President Donald Trump delayed it till later. The market share, Apple is currently at the number 5th spot in the Chinese smartphone market. It had a good 2018, it rose from 8 to 12%. In China, though, Apple's market share, Apple recently cut prices on the iPhone, and this has been enticing Chinese consumers. All right, I'm good. To Johnson.
iPhone is first launched, and print ads will be run throughout the product's lifespan. Ads will follow a style, mainly using white backgrounds to contrast the stylish colors of their products to keep the aesthetic of simplicity and minimalism. Through these forms of advertising, value propositions will be more focused rather than price due to a recent decline in Apple's revenue in China, as Zach mentioned with the trade wars. It is reported that the consumers are not seeing the price justification for the value of their products, thus turning to competitors that offer similar if not better features for cheaper prices. Though normally Apple would avoid price wars and emphasize value, under such circumstances we will have to incorporate a larger focus on price proposition and justifying the value. And now Lena will talk about the financial aspect.
Sure. At the first, I would like to discuss from the financing statement. At the first, we have to look at the income that we estimated we have to make for 1 year. That is the income at 1.862 million. And then also we have to look at the expense cost. At the first is startup cost. The cost is, we estimated a total is about $1.235 million. And also we have to look at the operating cost of the company for 1 year is $169,250. And overall, that we need to look at the financing strategy. At the first, we're looking at the capital. The money that we able to gather from 5 partner is about $100,000. And the second is we have to look at the lending money from business banking with 30-year and with 9% fixed rate. The amount we really need at that is $1.9 million. And the third that we have to look at the expensive include the initial startup business and include the cost manufacturing is estimated is $1.4043 million. And from the estimated from the sale of 1 year that we made is $1.862 million. Therefore, the company revenue estimated at the cost income is about 0.4577 million. So with the prediction, the company will continue growing and developing. And I would like to transfer to Andrew.
Given the research that we have provided you, not only is this an opportunity for you to take advantage of to, not only increase the market share of China and progressively grow China while it's still exponentially growing, this is an opportunity for you guys to enter the mobile market. And I believe that it's the best decision that you can make. Thank you for your time.